When it comes to apps like Uber Eats, I'm probably one of the more critical people on YouTube. But I gotta say, I'm impressed with the updates they're rolling out. These updates seem to be very driver focused. In this video, we're going to talk about what's coming and what it means for you. What's going on, everybody? I'm Zach Drives Fast for the RideShare Guy. And in this video, we're going to talk about everything from CarPlay to us being able to track our customers. Stay tuned. You're going to want to know about this stuff. Recently, the city that I live and drive in decided to start doing all of their construction projects all at once. And unfortunately, unlike other places that I've lived in the past that are courteous enough to do construction at night, they're doing it during the day so they can disrupt as many people as they can. A couple of these projects are in areas that I frequently drive in. And to the app, it probably looks like I'm doing some really terrible multi-apping, but I'm not. I only do good multi-apping. Imagine being the customer that only has 15 minutes left on their lunch break. They look at their app and they see you driving some really weird direction away from them. They're probably not going to be very happy, are they? I want to pause here and give you a quick suggestion. If I'm going to be taking a weird route to avoid construction, I'll text my customers and let them know why I'm taking a weird route. I also do this if there's an accident on the freeway or I'm trying to avoid congestion. The messages are generally something simple like, hey, there's construction on Barkley, so I'm going to have to get a little creative with the route I take. I'll be there as quickly as I safely can. This lets my customers know why I'm taking a weird route because, let's face it, the app isn't going to tell them. In my 3.5 years of driving, I have never had a customer get unreasonable about this. Most customers will appreciate the communication if you're going to be a little longer than expected. All right, let's get back to the updates. Fortunately, us having to reroute ourselves is soon going to be a thing of the past. In the near future, the app will show us real-time construction, road closures, and incidents that could negatively impact our deliver-by time. The in-app navigation will reroute you accordingly. Uber's taking a page from the Waze playbook, and they're going to be crowdsourcing data from drivers. If you make a report and another driver substantiates it, they're going to show it to all of the drivers in that area. In my opinion, Waze is hands down the best app that you can have on your phone for real-time road conditions, and what makes it so good is that it's user-driven. So it's extremely up-to-date and accurate. Now, if Uber will also integrate speed traps into the app, I'd be over the moon. But regardless, I'm very happy to see this integration coming. This may not sound like a huge change, but if we're not moving, then we're not earning as much as we could be. The only downside of the app rerouting us is we may end up burning more gas for the same pay. Make sure you're using an app like Upside so you're sure you're getting the best price possible on gas, as well as cash back. If you're not already using Upside, click the link in the description. It's completely free. You'd be saving money on gas and you'd be helping support the channel. Moving on. I may be Zach Drives Fast, but I don't drive like a jerk. I try to be courteous and I try not to park where I'm not supposed to. After all, I hate it when somebody parks in my spot. But as a driver, I know how hard it can be to find a parking spot sometimes. Take a look at this screenshot. You see the blue lines? Those are areas that Uber knows you can park. Drivers in some markets may get far more use out of this than others, but if you drive in a downtown area frequently, this could be a very welcome change for you. In addition to showing you where there's parking, there's going to be a couple of other app updates when we're dropping off orders. Pay close attention. This part is really cool. When delivering at night or to a pain-in-the-ass address, something I've taught in the past is to type the address into Google and look for a listing on a site like Zillow.com or Apartments.com so you know what the building looks like. This is a lifesaver if you're driving at night or you can't find an address on the building, but admittedly, it takes time. But Uber to the rescue. Soon, we'll be able to see a picture of the building right when we're pulling up to the address, right in the Uber driver app. My best piece of advice is to still try to verify the address, because right now we just don't know how accurate these pictures are going to be. But assuming they are accurate, this could be a massive time saver for drivers. What do you think? As if that wasn't cool enough, in some cases, we'll be able to track our customers in real time. If the customer gives the app permission, we'll be able to do exactly what the customer does to us, but in reverse. It's such an evil plan. The tables have turned. Look, we have all had a customer put leave it at the door and then they come wandering out to pick up their order. How about the customer that walks to the end of the block to meet you so you don't have to park? A quick glance at our phone and we'll know exactly where our customer is. On top of that, this could potentially help drivers in the event that a customer put leave it at the door, but they come out to get the order. It would be pretty hard to dispute that you didn't get the order when Uber can clearly see that the driver and customer were 1 foot apart from each other on the curb. Now, of course, it won't be like this on every order. This is a feature that the customer has to opt into, and of course, all customers won't. But personally, I think it's a really cool feature. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. All right, let's shift gears and talk about a new update that I'm already enjoying. We've all accepted an order accidentally because half of the damn screen was clickable. We all know how maddening that is. How about when you're going through your app trying to get an order delivered, and then you get an order that pops up, and you accidentally accept it because you weren't expecting to see it then? Well, that screen will still pop up, but now it's a lot harder to accidentally accept that offer. There's now an actual accept button, and clicking anything except that button will do nothing. Talk about saving your cancellation rate. Recently, Uber started sending little passive-aggressive messages saying something along the lines of, "My 6% cancellation rate is higher than other drivers in my area." First of all. But second of all, since this change, my cancellation rate is going down because I'm not accidentally accepting orders. The last update I want to talk about is CarPlay and Android Auto integration. In the coming months, you'll start seeing these features rolling out to your app. This change will mostly affect rideshare drivers, but delivery drivers may find some use from it as well. I'm of the opinion that a larger screen could be slightly safer. Our eyes could be drawn to the correct area of the screen much faster. On top of that, depending on the placement of the screen in your car, your eyes may be much closer to the road than they otherwise would have been if you were looking at your phone. Unfortunately, due to the age of my car, this isn't a feature I'll be enjoying anytime soon, so for now, I'm just going to have to live vicariously through you. Now, I know I said Android Auto and CarPlay would be the last thing we were going to discuss, but I want to briefly touch on a policy update that Uber's rolling out as well. This will likely never apply to you if you only do delivery, but it is good to know just in case. In the event that you ever have a customer or a restaurant claim that you are anything less than sober and you get deactivated, you'll now be given the option to go to a lab and prove you were sober. Now, this is definitely more for the rideshare folks. I've never personally heard of a delivery driver being accused of this and then deactivated, but be aware that it is now an option. With this policy update, I've got some mixed feelings. I understand that a customer or a restaurant claiming that we were impaired is a serious allegation and Uber can't just stand by, but I've got some privacy concerns. I live in a state where a certain plan is legal that may not be legal in your state, and said plant will stay in your system a lot longer than a drink will. Proving that you were not under the influence of that may be a lot harder, so just be mindful of that. Something else. Uber will be footing the bill for these tests, even if it doesn't come out in your favor. I will be one of the first to tell you that these apps are almost always trying to take a shot at drivers. It seems like our pay is always going down, or at very best, we're doing more work for less pay. In my opinion, the single best thing that they could have done was raise our base pay. However, giving us better mapping options and curbing unjust deactivations is a hell of a start. Which feature are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments. Well, that is going to about wrap up the video. If you haven't done so yet, please do consider pressing the like button and subscribing to the RideShare Guy. You can catch my videos here every Tuesday. If you want to find out how this often overlooked order type on Uber Eats paid over $170, you've got to check out this video next. I'm Zach Drives Fast for the RideShare Guy. Take care.